So in order to build your product, to make it successful, they need to break this bubble and reach out to a much diverse audience.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to make your first million? And today we have as a guest Daria, which is the founder of Aidra.ai, which is a leadership AI coach technology. So Daria, tell us, what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
Well, thanks, Harry. It's great to be here. And it's an amazing question. I love it. Well, I'll tell you from all the leaders and entrepreneurs that I coach, I see there are like 5 elements that unite them, that they all have in common. And they either have it from the start, or they gradually understood that that's what they need to have in order to get to the first million. And the first is build network. All of them have strong networks. They have networks that are they basically have different types of networks. They have their operational networks, which help them solve their immediate problems. And they also have strategic networks. These are the people who will help them grow exponentially. And they proactively invest their time and effort in building those relationships because they know it's a long game. So they have this network. That's number 1. Number 2 is they all create diverse environments around them. Like we all know, we've seen those startups and there's those founders who are very enthusiastic about their product, and they go out and reach out to people and talk about their product, and they do this customer development. But what they do is they kind of find people they like, or people with similar interests, or someone they know, and they stay with this bubble, which doesn't give them much of the information. So in order to build your product, to make it successful, they need to break this bubble and reach out to a much diverse audience. The third one is, well, guys, think about your finance. I know myself that's my weaker point, but you always need to think about your market, how much money you're building. You need to monitor your cash flow, think about finance. You can have brilliant idea, but you can just flush your cash in the toilet and it will not get there. The fourth one is build a strong team. That's my personal passion. That's what I believe is the most important thing in the world for business, for people to feel good and fulfilled at work, is having a strong team that is, again, diverse, that has different backgrounds, different skill sets, but you cannot build anything on your own, alone. So build a strong team.
Very
and
good.
finally learn, constant learning, growth, finding new skills to learn, improving skills you have, improving your product, improving your business skills, your leadership skills, your teamwork skills, constant learning. These are my 5 favorite steps.
Wow, that's amazing. So Daria, tell us, after a very successful corporate career that we read in your bio, why you decided to become an entrepreneur? Which is a very big thing to do, especially women and in tech. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a challenge. Well, I'll tell you why. I worked for Deloitte. I worked for some major international companies, and I've been through a lot of stuff like, I don't know, mergers and acquisitions, setting up offices in other countries, cultural transformations. And that was amazing. That was really, really great experience.
You can learn a lot, yeah?
You can learn a lot. And while doing that, I kind of figured out what is that I like doing the most. And the most, I like helping leaders grow and develop their teams. And to be honest, within a corporation, you can't you don't have that role. You don't have people working specifically with leaders who support them, be even better leaders and build greater teams. And that's thing number 1. And the other one is, I love the freedom of choosing my clients. I love the freedom of working whenever I want. I love the freedom of working wherever I want, whenever I want, and doing what I think is right, not what some other people think right. I know whether it's investor, founder, or someone else. These are my reasons.
Yeah, but let's check because we think that the lack of leadership is what make companies out there fail. I think that the being a founder and is about developing your leadership skills. And I think, Daria, that you're touching a point which you're talking about culture. You said make sure that you have the right people and make sure this team is diverse, yeah? Because we saw a lot of we see a lot of tech companies out there that there's like a boys club, yeah? They are all full of boys, and nothing wrong with that. But why do you think that women in tech are having the hardest part when it comes to find funding, and when it comes to people believe in women uh, leading technology companies like you're doing right now?
Well, that's a very important question. And I mean, to be honest, the world is changing. Like when I was 10 years ago, when I was a C-suite in a tech company, I was the only female in the room.
Wow.
Well, then 7 years later, there were 3 of us. So, I mean, the world is changing.
Slowly changing, yeah.
Slowly, but changing. Well, women, we do have many challenges that we need to overcome just because of the nature of who we are. Like we have children, we need to give birth. But I know amazing founders who were flying across the ocean, expecting a baby any month soon, and still talking to investors and telling them that they won't raise funds for their startup. But still, it is still a challenge. The other thing is, let's say there are 2 co-founders, a man and a woman. And they think, okay, who's going to be the CEO? And in most cases, in the majority of cases, women kind of give it up to man because to be the CEO of the company. Why? I mean, I guess it's just cultural thing that takes time to change. Slowly, step by step, there are lots of initiatives supporting women in tech, supporting women entrepreneurs, tech entrepreneurs, to take their space in this leading tech companies. And we know a lot of amazing females who lead huge tech organizations. So it's changing. Yeah.
So why I'm asking you a question because I had an interview, I interviewed 6 months ago the Minister of Finance of Zimbabwe, yeah, and this was his word. He was talking to me, and he would tell me, Harry, we're doing some loans in Zimbabwe for agriculture for women and men. So basically, we can lend them some money. They're taking this money, they're growing some vegetables, they pay the loans back, then we give them more. And he said that the success rate of people paying the loans back and asking for more loans and growing, it was way higher, women versus men. So why, if women are more cautious taking risks financially, and they're more, why do you think that venture capitalists, that women in tech is so underfunding? If you can see the data all over the world, female founders get funded way less than men. Why do you think?
Because they ask less.
Could be.
Well, that's a tendency. I mean, in Korea, in startups, women tend to ask less than men.
Maybe the venture capitalists, they have to change also, and trust more in women. That would be accurate to say. I mean, they can make a lot of money. I just don't see how they why this data is behaving like that. But again, it's changing slowly. Yeah, let's talk about diversity as well and culture, because all of these tech companies, okay, most of the tech companies, they historically started with a group of boys that they are software developers. They have a great idea, But then at the end of the day, the clients are everyone. The clients are women, Black, Chinese. So some tech company has reached this point where, well, we have to look at our culture deeply, because there is an inconsistency, and our clients are seeing that they are not represented in the C level, or in the whole organization, like they're buying. I think that we have several cases in tech giants that they have to restructure and put more attention on culture and diversity, not only in tech, other companies as well. So on the other hand, when you give us the 5 step, you are enhancing, make sure that you have the right team, and make sure that this team is diverse. Yeah. And I think it's great, because if you have the right people, but this team is diverse, then when the company grow, well, your clients are diverse, and they will feel represented in the company. So it's a very good way, and it said a lot about your leadership skills, right? So what do you think about leaders out there that or CEOs of the company that doesn't take this culture or inclusion seriously when they're building the company?
Well, if they don't take it seriously, their customers will take it seriously. I mean, we do see. Well, first of all, they will not be able to produce products that are like for diverse audience, and then there are a lot of customers that demand meaning and sort of like purposeful companies. And lots of people say, I'm not investing, I'm not buying from that company because I don't agree with their ethical behavior, because I believe they are unethical. So I want to invest and I want to buy from companies that are ethical. And it's not big, but it's growing, and people want meaning. People want more meaning while consuming things, and people want more meaning while like finding a job. And if I'll be looking for a job ever again, sometimes maybe I'll be looking for a company that like supports diverse environment, that cares about people in the company, about the community, about their customers, about the world. So, I mean, again, things will change.
Follow us for more interviews with the world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.